Please read the disclaimer. XRP holders, they are shutting it down. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. We got a lot to talk about here. It's been a very active weekend so far. Sunday fun day, but we know how Sundays react. We have to talk about what's going to potentially happen this week in the crypto market and what could potentially come from that. Quick update, we just had a siren, rockets, missiles just a few minutes ago. So hopefully, right, knock on wood, it's going to be quiet. Sometimes there's like multiple waves, but we'll see. If something happens, I'll pause the video and we'll continue after I come back. But currently, there are some developments. So let's just get into it straightforward here. Currently, XRP is sitting at $1.30, almost 36 cents, actually down minus 1.26 on the day. Bitcoin also down 1.4%. Ethereum pretty flat. Basically, we are back to the levels we were Sunday morning, or late at night, Saturday night, depending on where you are around the world. And you can see here, so we haven't had a dip, right? We are still at higher prices that we were when the initial attack started, the conflict, right? But we are lower than we were before, right? We had XRP bounce off of this support level, break through the other resistance level, and then get rejected by the resistance level here. Now we could be coming back down to this 134 area here for XRP that could act as support. So that's just something to watch out. We know that Sunday movements are tricky. We've seen this in the past where we have Sunday movements to the upside, similar to what we saw here. Remember on February 15th, where we saw XRP going up significantly, and then it sold off going into Monday morning. A lot of people are predicting a Monday morning sell-off, but we don't know what can happen. Again, there's still possibilities that the market was anticipating this, that the market knows what's going to happen. Trump could say something that relaxes the market, and it could also be very volatile to the downside. So I need you guys to be ready for all the possibilities. As always, just a reminder that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. I have an update on something, like influencer things that towards the end of the video. Just watch to the end because I have a few words on that. You'll understand if you watch all the way to the end. So this week, we have a very interesting week. Of course, U.S. futures react to the Iran situation, 6 p.m. So that's happening soon. Probably I'll release this video before that. Then on Monday, we have, of course, how the stock market opens up. Sometimes, futures are down big and then it recovers, and a lot of things can happen, a lot of shenanigans. So just be ready for that. The ISM manufacturing PMI data, remember last time around, it was very good. It was above 50. We were rejoicing because every single crypto run that has happened has come when the ISM manufacturing was over 50. So, we'll see if that continues. Then on Wednesday, we have ADP employment data, and Thursday, initial jobless claims, and Friday, also job report for February. This is going to be very interesting. A week ahead of us. We could potentially hear some Clarity Act updates. It's kind of, on the back burner because of the situation in Iran there. But again, this is something that was anticipated. I kept telling you it's going to happen. I knew that all those talks were false flags. They were going to do it. It was just a matter of when, and they did it, right? So I think that the market, if you look, especially the stock market, it sold off, on the news, on those headlines where the embassy told American citizens to leave Israel and all that. So it already kind of sold off a few percentages. Maybe it's down 3-4% tomorrow, but again, we don't know how it's going to play out. I've seen many people say, oh, it's going to be the worst day in ever. And I'm also seeing people that think it might pop. So again, every person has their interests. Some are short probably on the market, some are long. So just try to block out a little bit the noise from the social media, because again, the market will tell us where it wants to go Monday morning. Again, futures could open very red, but then that all get sucked up because of low liquidity. So we'll see. Trump said that the new Iranian regime, right, wants to negotiate and he has agreed to talk. So maybe there's going to be talks. Maybe this ends a lot sooner than expected. We'll see how that plays out. Now, something that why is everybody concerned, right? If it was just, a conflict, oh, right, oil, right? So oil is the big thing here, and that's why it's creating fear because of the oil trade. The Iranians have the possibility to close the Hormuz Strait, and if they close that, then about 20% of the world's oil comes from there, right? And people are talking about potentially oil spiking to $100, and then that could affect inflation and all that. Now, Trump has previously said that he wants oil to be cheap in the US. Of course, they open up all that available oil in Venezuela. So I don't know if it's people are maybe exaggerating a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. He says, I'm not concerned about anything, right? They have the warships right there. So even if they try to close it down, the warships could try to open it back up. A few ships have been hit, but from what I'm reading from sources, the ships that got hit were like rogue attacks. It seems that the leadership there's, I don't know what's happening. Again, things get blurry in war, and we'll see how that plays out. Okay. Someone did open up a $42 million long with 40x leverage on Bitcoin, and I'm pretty sure that they did get liquidated, right? I'm going to refresh this because I think there'll probably be some comments here that it got liquidated. Yeah, it did. It got liquidated. Sometimes when these big whales open up positions, it's because they know something that's going on. But many times people are just, willy-nilly try and high leverage things. Again, leverage can be very, very good, but also very bad. It can go against you very fast when you're using high leverage. And yes, we can use leverage as a tool to protect ourselves, to use on runs. But again, this was basically a saying, oh, something's good's going to happen and the market's going to pop, and it didn't. Right? So that position got closed. I don't know if it's our good old friend James Wynn there. I don't think it's him. I don't know if he has any funds left, but. There was the one that, remember, before October 10th opened a big position and made a lot of money. Again, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So it will be interesting. And this I forgot. I was supposed to talk about this before. Technical difficulty time. Worst case scenario, oil pops a little bit, and prices maybe go up for a while, and then they open it back up, and it flows. Oil starts flowing again. They won't be able to close it for a long period of time. The world won't let them. And in war, like if it wasn't a war and they were like, "We're closing it," right? You're pissing us off. We're closing it. Well, then, okay, so what's America going to do? But they have warships sitting right there. So they can just open it back up. They can, and of course, that's an escalation, but they can do it if they want to. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Interesting here about altcoins to Bitcoin. Just did something for the first time in the cycle. Altcoin Bitcoin monthly MACD has stayed green for 3 consecutive months, something which hasn't happened this cycle. Only if Bitcoin holds here, alts could do well in the coming months. I think that was a given. I don't think that alts will start moving and Bitcoin will be stuck. I think that the whole market will recover together, and maybe altcoins will have more velocity, more veracity, and go up in larger percentages than Bitcoin, and the dominance could fall here. But again, we'll see how that plays out. We still have the Bitcoin gap, right? So there was a gap to the downside that hasn't been closed, right? So that's something right in 79,000, 80,000. So again, that's a possibility if the market does decide to jump up, recover over the next coming weeks. That would be an area that I'm looking for to close. Remember, they are removing these gaps, the CME. They're going to go 24/7. So there's not going to be no more gaps, right? So that was something that had moved the market many times over. We talked about this previously. It's not going to be an issue anymore. So that's good for the crypto market. Before we get to that, we've talked about Jake Claver and his bingo card previously for potential 3 digits XRP. And so far, he has all these in his wheelbarrow here that have uh, ticked, right? Oil spiking because of conflict with Iran. That was one that we've been waiting for. And the BlackRock ETF. Now, this might happen. This is right now lower probability. It might happen in the future. It will be interesting to see if all of these get ticked, right? And it doesn't go to 100. What is he going to say? Maybe it does. Again, I don't know. But it will be very interesting to see if all of these tick. What will happen? Of course, I would be very, very happy if XRP is above $100 in the short period of time, but I don't think that is going to happen in the near future, like 6 months from now. So, we'll see. I'm saying, hey, let's get over 2, 3, 4, right? Before we talk about 3 digits for XRP there. Okay. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, tomorrow, it seems that the United Arab Emirates is suspending their trading markets. The UAE Capital Market Authority announced the suspension of trading on Monday and Tuesday, as per an official statement. Here in Israel, they're not doing that. It's not our first rodeo, right? So actually, the markets have done really well over the past few years, like much better than the U.S. stock market. So I don't think that it's going to be closed tomorrow. I don't think they would do that. And so, but the UAE, maybe investors there are not used to the situation. So I get why they're doing that. Again, we'll see how the Asian markets in a few hours open up, how futures open up, and then how the stock market in the US opens up. Again, the crypto market could tank, right? We could see 4 or 5, 10% drop here for XRP. So just be ready for that possibility, right? Maybe we get down to the support level once again going into Monday, and maybe it dips even lower. Maybe we dip to that area at 110, which we 114, right? Which we previously touched there. And I'm going to make a line right there. So I have that, right? And then we know that was the low level that we saw here on the cycle. Okay, so then we have that as reference, because between that, I don't think there's any real area that I would like to look at, because on the way up, it was very, very fast, that area. So it's not an area that had much resistance and support, but it did support on that level. So we'll have to add that, and I added it as white, so it's a little bit differentiated because it's a new support level there. So we can watch that going forward. We'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting, right? Now I want to talk on this. X came out today saying that paid partnership labels on posts will have to be, and any promotions that are from crypto, paid partnerships like for crypto projects, are not allowed anymore. And you can see here, Benjamin says 90% of crypto influencers now have to find a new business model that does not involve them pretending to like a project and they were paid to promote, allowing them to dump their allocations on the people that trusted them. Those of you that have been with me for a while know that I do not take promotions from projects. It's kind of funny because I've worked with like kind of these marketing agencies for influencers, and it starts out like beautiful. They're like, yeah, we'll send you projects, right? We'll send you, sorry, promotions, right? And then I say, I don't promote any tokens, and then it silence. Right. So yeah, I don't promote any tokens. If I do own an asset, I will tell you, right? I own XRP. But if you've been here for a while, I only have exchanges, and maybe like if it's I had an affiliate with crypto IRAs and things like that in the past, wallets maybe, things like that. Just be careful out there. In YouTube, I think it's gone down a little bit recently just because the crypto market is in like a bear market. But if we do get back into a bull market, it's gonna pop up again. You're gonna see a lot of influencers suddenly promoting some project that they get allocations for, and then they end up selling off. So just be very careful out there. If you see someone suddenly promoting something, so just be careful of those kinds of things. If I will never DM you, also I'll never send you a message. Those are scammers, those imposters. Please be very careful out there. Don't click on any links. Somebody sends you a message and say, oh, you have to do this fast. Be very careful. Again, people might say, oh, you keep saying the same things. If you're sitting late at night and you're about to click on a link, or you're about to, do something, and you remember, oh, Avi said that, and you don't do it, and you contact that person, or you try to, go to the official website and try to figure out or something like that, then I've done my job, right? So it's worth the people that are going to get angry that I keep reminding you guys. But I think it's worth it if I have a platform and I can remind people to be careful. Then I'm going to do it. Okay. Don't forget to smash the like button, write a comment, eight for infinity and beyond, or just what you're feeling about the whole situation. What do you think? Are we going to tank tomorrow, or are we going to go up? How's the market going to open up? Let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description. So again, I have some affiliate links there, but it's not, a project or a token or anything like that. That since I started, doing crypto content, that was one of my red lines. Okay, so I will never promote a project or anything like that. And if you do see me, it's not me. So it could be an AI generated thing. Someone has told me in the past that it was like an ad that looked like me and my mouth was moving, but it wasn't me. So if you see anything like that, again, report it. It's not me. Okay. Just be very careful out there. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.